Hi, good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. We are here. I'm here. Are you here, Gabbers? I'm here. I am going to give it a second till I at least see somebody pop on. But listen, tonight is your midweek retreat with Gavin with Gail. I'm Gail, and we all can do the Gavin. Let's get together and talk and engage and have some conversation. Tonight's conversation is about seasons of separation. How do you know when your life is in that season of separating? We all have different signs. We all have different reasons and you know how when it's our spring go, hi Odie, hello beautiful, I love you. Thank you for coming on tonight. Just getting into seasons of separation. You know, as the seasons change, sometimes we see the leaves changing from summer to fall. And then when the fall going into the winter, of course, we notice the weather's changing, it's getting colder, it's either snowing, sleeting, hailing, whatever the case. So from there, we go into spring. We have signs when the seasons are changing, when the seasons of life are changing, right? So let me thank you, sis. So I want to tell you that is this music too loud? Because I'm trying to turn it down. And hello, Jenny. Hello, beautiful. So I'm trying to have background music, trying not to be boring, but I want to get off into us talking about seasons of separation because I promise y'all, I am not going to keep y'all all night tonight. I'm going to do my best not to. But I think this is a really good topic. I have my notes here and I'm going to stick to my notes and we're going to be right on time. Now, what time is y'all? I don't know. So listen, I want to say welcome to everybody who's come on and joined me tonight. Thank you to my subscribers who I affectionately call my gabbers. I love you. Thank you for coming on. To anybody that is new here tonight, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, my beautiful sister Tasha. Hi, Tosh. Thank you, child. So listen, Tasha, I got me thrown off, child. But anyway, I'm so glad that I have you all here on live with me tonight because I think this is something that we all need to identify with. And sometimes we don't really pay attention and we really don't know. So before I get started, I'm going to ask if you have not already, sweetheart, y'all know how this go. I need you to like and subscribe, like and subscribe to this ride, baby. We're going to be in here and we are going to talk. We engage, we family here. We are a no judgment zone. We speak freely. We speak love. We share. We empower. We inspire. And we encourage up in this piece. So if that's not your Joan and that's not your vibe, you can listen, but we just not gonna do that. We don't accept any negativity in the chats and the comments or whatever. So you could take a seed home with you and let it resonate in your spirit, right? Okay, thank you. So can y'all hear this music? Do y'all want me to turn it up? Hello, Miss Deb. Welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna get off into this thing about seasons of separation. I just feel uncomfortable with this music playing because I'm trying to have some background music, but it's bothering me. And I just want to talk to y'all and connect. Thank you. You know where these came from, Lisette. These are from the Courtney Adelaide collection. They are gold, and these are not for the faint of heart. These babies, honey, are heavy. So I've had to reinforce my ears, honey, but let me tell you. But good evening. Thank you for coming on Self-Made Family Production. So let's get in here. Welcome to Gavin with Gail. We are going to be talking about seasons of separation. And every day we're in a season. And it's up to us to make sure we pay attention to what the signs are and what season are we in. This is the second series of SOS. My first series was Our first SOS was the seeds of, I don't even remember, was it seeds of success? When you start planting seeds for your success, this is seeds of separation, because these are different phases you go through, whether it's in life, your professional life, or your business, or on your job, even with people, relationships. So, I want to start with saying that I talk a lot about my faith, my belief in God, and how my faith gets me through and gets me to and through a lot of life situations. And I will tell you, I am a life coach, a business and women's empowerment coach. And life has qualified me to be here. I have been in corporate America for 27 years. I have two children. I have been married more than once. Okay. I have faced a lot of adversities and situations and circumstances in my life that I'm able to relate to people in a very empathetic way, but also be able to give you really honest answers, because what I don't want anybody to do, and what I don't want to do for somebody is sugarcoat something and they're not able to make discerning and real cognizant decisions for their life. So these are just from my life experience and what I know as a woman in this world and in this country and in my state of being. So I will tell you that I understand that God is the author of everything. Okay. He is the author of everything. God orchestrates the beginning and he orchestrates the ending. Okay. He arranges the entrance and he arranges the exit, but we don't see that. When we allow people in our lives, or we step into someone else's life or situations, we see the beginning, we see the light, and we see this bright light that, oh, it's going to be this way. You know what they say? If you want God to tell you, show you something funny, you tell him what you plan to do, because our plan is not the plan, okay? But when he orchestrates the beginning, there's always an end to what we've started, right? But with life seasons, you have to be willing. Please understand me. When you start something, understand there's an end. We are born to die. We start things so we can transition to something else. We start businesses so that we can have an impact on people's lives, provide them with quality products and services, if you will, to help people, to enhance their lives, to share so that they can trickle down and put the tentacles out into the community and impact the world. So we are not made to stay in the same place. And I often associate that with food. I associate a lot of stuff with food, baby, because I love to eat, okay? So when we buy food, food has an expiration date. Now, do we willingly sit and eat expired food? Do you drink expired milk? Spoiled milk is the absolute worst. We don't willingly sit and drink that. We know it's expired, it's bad for us, and the first thing we want to do is pour it out or throw it out. So when we come to stages in our lives that something has expired, we need to have that same zeal. We need to have that same tenacity about knowing that we need to get rid of that thing and pour it out. Okay. So make that association and think about, what is it like right now? Can we identify like with one thing that we know it's time for it to go? We absolutely, look at this. Now this don't work for me, child. So I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm live. I can't edit that out. There's certain things in our lives that we know, I don't need this anymore. I don't want that anymore. But let me hold it. Even with clothes, I went through that with clothes. You know you cannot fit those clothes anymore. But for some reason, we hold on to it. We hold on to the dream. We hold on to what it used to mean to us and how it made us feel. But when you do that, you're mourning, you're holding on, you're mourning your a time that doesn't exist anymore. You got to stop mourning movement. Don't mourn the movement. Embrace the movement. You're being moved because that situation, you've outgrown it. You're being moved from a certain area because you've outgrown that area. You're being moved from that person or that relationship because you have outgrown it. And you can't mourn the movement because you're hindering your growth. When you're being moved, just like when we would play that game Trouble, you hit that little bubble in the middle, and the dice will turn over to how many times or how many spaces you get to move. Life is full of trouble. But when it's your turn to hit that dice and you figure how many steps does it take for you to move to get away from where you were, don't mourn the movement, embrace the movement. What is our fear of saying hello to tomorrow and goodbye to yesterday? I know tomorrow is full of the unknown, but guess what? We're blessed to wake up every morning. Every morning, new mercies we see, right? So when you've outgrown a situation and you're in that season, how do we take the time to realize, number one, it's time. I'm in a season and I'm transitioning. I'm in a season of separation. How do I transition? And how do I do this without feeling like explanation? How do I do this feeling like I need to apologize for growing, for my growth? Because you don't have to do that. You do not have to do that. Once you recognize that it's your season of separation from whatever you're separating from, your conversation needs to be with your inner self and your energy, with whatever force. For me, I have a conversation with the God that has brought me 51 years to where I am today and has saved me many a times, that has protected me as a baby and a fool acting like a baby. So I'm going to tell you something. Hone in on what you feel. Your energy will never steer you wrong. Fear is an emotion that is fleeting and it will change. But what won't happen is if you feed into fear, an opportunity will be missed. You won't get a chance to develop and grow. You won't get to talk to whoever that person was that could have developed you and grown you and poured into you. Sometimes we have to get out and meet the perfect stranger that is going to enhance our lives. But we get so comfortable in a bubble and in a box with the people we're comfortable with, but we're not growing. The people around you may love you, and all of them probably some of them may not love you. You're just comfort. You're familiar. But when it's time for you to grow and go, only you could take the steps to do that. Only you can dig down deep inside and trust the movement. Trust what is happening in your life. Be a visionary and already see, yes, Tasha, already see yourself successful and in that new space, wherever it is you're going, whether it's just to, if you're buying a house. I'm gonna tell you what I did, and I'm gonna talk about my car. Years ago, I was buying a car, and I think I talked about this before. I knew I wanted a new car. I didn't need a new car, but I wanted a new car. So I started preparing myself and I cleaned my car out. I took everything out the car. I cleaned the car. I put all my stuff in a little caddy. And when the time came, and I knew the time was going to come, I just didn't know when, I was going to be ready to bust a move. Here, you get this car, I'm going to get that one, and I'm out. And sure enough, I can't remember the time frame it was. It probably was a month or so. I had to start functioning in my future. I had to start functioning in my vision because I felt the shift. I felt it. And can y'all have to tell me, have you ever like just felt like something was coming? Something was going to happen, like you felt the shift coming. I'm telling you, the energy doesn't lie. We are full of kinetic energy. So when there's a shift coming and some movement going to happen, you're going to feel that. Are you going to acknowledge it and pay attention? That's another question. When you feel that shift, you need to start focusing on where you're going. Because you already know where you at, and you already know where you've been. Focus your energy on where you're going because you are going to need your energy and strength for the separation, for the transition. Focus on and envision where you are going because ain't nothing to look back at. That's behind you for a reason. You know what they say, been there, done that. Ain't trying to do it again. So moving on to the next thing I have is called mastering the goodbye. So we need to master goodbye when it's taking place, except that it's a goodbye, whether it's to a job or to a friendship, a relationship, circumstances. When we're willing to accept the goodbye, and sometimes that goodbye is not by our choice. Sometimes the goodbye is bestowed on us. And we have to learn how to accept that too, because we're not always in control of the separation, are we? I know I have not had the luxury of always being in control of the separation. Okay. So when the separation and the goodbye is gifted to you, embrace it. Acknowledge what you learned from it, because I saw a post and I believe it was David Green. It's a gentleman that's an Overly brother with me and with us, because I got my Overly sisters up in here, that he posted something that said that we have to decide. I don't know if it was Dave Green or if it was Ricky Simmons. I don't know which one it was, but two insightful gentlemen that I follow on Facebook. And one of them posted saying, I have to make a choice and decide that you are not my enemy, but my lesson. You are a lesson, not my enemy. And goodbye doesn't have to hurt. Goodbye just needs to be, oh, thank you for the opportunity. I learned something from that. On to the next thing. Goodbye, receive it as your growth. You've outgrown that thing now. Congratulations to you. You've graduated. Now you're going on to the next thing. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself some applause, because that is growth. When you are moving on to the next thing, you're stepping into your new season. And there's a gospel song. Oh my God, is it Donald Lawrence, called Walk Into Your Season? I love that song. And there's a line in there that says, you've survived the worst of times. God is on your side. State your claim and write your name. It's time. You got to walk into your season. I love that song. If you get a chance, you have to listen to it. It's so inspiring. And that's what happens when we master the goodbye, whether we're giving or receiving the goodbye. Either way, let it bless you. Let the goodbye bless you. I had to learn how to master that, especially when I was receiving the goodbye. It's hard to receive that. But when I learned how to receive the goodbye and take from that the blessing, that it was time for me to move on, and that something greater was on its way to me. So I had to release that so that I can move over here and receive what was coming to me. Now, don't do this. Have one hand here and one over there, because then you won't have enough room to receive what's coming to you. Let that thing go. Set it free, because what you're really doing is setting yourself free and making yourself open and available for what's coming. Okay. Set yourself free. When you set that thing free, you are freeing yourself. Okay. So try to master the goodbye, whether you are giving the goodbye or receiving the goodbye. It's a blessing. Let it bless you. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is making your exit. Most of the time when we exit, we feel like we got to give an explanation, or maybe we got to make some type of announcement that we're doing this said thing that's going to take us to another place and on another part of our job. We're not doing that. Because I'm going to tell you something. Most of the time, people don't give a damn where you're going and what you're doing, especially when it's not going to benefit them. You understand? If you exiting doesn't mean equal a benefit to them or success for them, they don't care. So you don't have to make an announcement. For me, I learned to move in stealth mode. Whatever I'm doing, I'm doing. At whatever time, I'm going to do it, because it's for me. It's for me. So master your exit without explanation or apology, because the road you on, you have people around you. You have people that affect your life, that are in your life, but nobody sees this journey through your lens. Nobody. Even people that are around you every day, they don't see the vision that you see. They don't have the gift that you have. So they don't see the journey through your lens. So if you bump, you stumble, or you miss a hurdle, that's your lesson to learn, not anybody else's. So when it's time for you to go and the road you on has been so tumultuous and you're running into too many barricades and too many hurdles, when you decide to get off on that next exit, that's your decision to make. Get off on that exit. Embrace your exit without explanation. We feel obligated a lot of times to explain, or we feel like we have to make an announcement so maybe people understand what it is we're doing and where we're going. I would really love for us to practice not feeling like we have to do that because we don't. We get so used to having to make everybody else comfortable with what we're doing while we're on our journey. Let's practice not doing that. Let's practice not doing that because your movement is yours. You get that thing the best way that you can. Because a lot of times people do not accept the fact that when a season of separation is coming, they would prefer an explanation or a reason, but it is not required. And I used to tell people, I do what's necessary, I do what's required, not requested. Just because you made a request of me doesn't mean it's required for me to do it. When it comes to me in my life, when it comes to me in my businesses, when it comes to me in sacrifices that I've made or have to make, I do what is required, not what is requested. You've made a request, but it's not required for me to feel obligated to meet your need of me. So let's take a break and think about a lot of the things that we're so used to doing and giving explanation for. I'm not telling you to tell me your business and put it in here in the chat, but just think about it. So many things that we are so used to instinctively to do for other people and give explanations and feel like we got to share so much because you don't want them to think whatever. Let's try to practice getting out of that. Make your exit and make your move. People have to be responsible for their own processing time. I can't wait for you to process or understand why I'm elevating, why I'm growing, because that's going to delay me. I'm gonna miss my bus trying to talk to you and explain to you why I got to get on this bus. I'm not gonna miss my bus. You could figure it out while I'm on the bus. Okay. Figure it out that way. But I can't stay stagnant and stay behind trying to help you process my movement because I'm going when it's time to go. We have enough on our shoulders to process that we're getting closer to our dreams and understanding that we deserve to be catapulted into our dreams and to meet and exceed our goals. We deserve that. We put in the work. We've done the research. We've been praying. We've been asking. We've been manifesting. We've been working. You deserve it. Don't second guess it when you start being moved. It is what you've asked for. And do we really ask for things and pray for things, but we don't expect to get it? You better live and move with expectation. Prepare yourself because I promise you when the movement comes, it's gonna be quick. And you gotta be ready to go. So make your exit without explanation or apology. Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is we make our moves so that we can make it to our future, so that we can understand the past. Because we never really understand some of the picture that's being painted for us. We just know that strokes are being painted on this canvas of our life, and we're getting moved and we're seeing different hues coming into our lives, not knowing the bigger picture. Until we get further down the journey, then things start making sense. And I'm gonna give you an example. You ever think about something that you was just praying for? I'm gonna talk about a relationship, okay? I'm just gonna tell my business. It was just something that I just was praying for, child. I just was like, Lord, I you know I know this is gonna work out. That, oh my goodness, thank you. They so responsive. They being so dutiful. Oh, Lord, thank you for blessing me. And it wasn't 2 years later. I was like, what the hell was I thinking? Please, baby. You have to understand, be careful what you ask for. When you ask for something, you have an expectation that it's coming. So when it come, be ready to move. But we have to be careful what we ask for, because I look back on that thing, and when I had a season of separation, I knew it was time to move. And when he said move, I moved just like that. Okay. I have no regrets. And I look back at myself and I'm like, what the hell was wrong with you? What's going on with you that you felt like that was what you needed and that was what you wanted in your life? What was you going through? And I really had to self-examine myself, like, why did I feel like I needed that? Why couldn't I see some obvious things? What was going on with me that I was willing to overlook some things? So, self assessing, look back at ourselves, make movements so that we can make it to the future and understand our past. We don't understand everything all the time. Most of the time, we just got to trust our energy, trust the process, trust God's love, promise, and power in our lives, and go go and trust that we will be provided with everything that we need, because if you get brought to it, you will be guided through it. Okay, so I want us to also focus on, when we're on these journeys, don't focus on the distractions, because we have life distractions every day. And I could tell you, most of you all that are on here, and thank you for the people that's on here tonight, what you experienced through your day. How many distractions did you run into today? How many? Because God knows I had several. And when I tell you I'm around here with I don't know how many notebooks, because I'm writing stuff down, because this menopause brain is a mother, honey. I can't remember a dang on thing. So I have to write everything down. But I felt like, oh my God, I can't take these distractions. And I'm like, wait a minute. Organize your thoughts. Make sure you write this down. If you write it down, you won't be distracted trying to figure out, what was it I was supposed to do 15 minutes ago? Somebody called me and asked me to do so. What was I doing? I'm telling you. And the distractions just kept growing and growing and growing. That's how a lot of times the enemy will attack you with distractions. And they will keep coming at you and coming at you, because the destiny on your life is already aligned, and we feel it and we see it. We just haven't figured out how to get to it. So when we start being moved around and we're in these seasons of separation, the distractions come. And the distractions come to wear you down. The distractions come to deter you. Everybody and everything does not want you to succeed and inherit the greatness and the power and the purpose that's been aligned for your life. So when you run into these hurdles every day, because every day something is happening, something is I know, Tasha, something is happening every day, multiple times throughout the day. But one thing I want you to do is, we have a choice. Do not allow the distraction to deter you, because what happens is, a lot of things, that forces that come against you, are meant to beat you down and wear you down and deter you. And the dreams that you have for yourself, they are bigger and better than any plan that's devised against you, whether it's seen or unseen. Remember the work that you've put in to make it to your dreams. Remember the things that you see for yourself. You see these things for a reason. It's not just a waste of your time. It's not a waste of your effort. We all have seeds of greatness planted inside of us, and they have been just sitting there dormant. Some of them have taken root, and you may have dabbled in a little bit of something, but you got distracted and you got deterred and defeated. Don't be so easily defeated, because your dreams and your destiny is waiting for you. They're worth it. The work that we have to put in to stay focused, and I have to tell myself this all the time. The work that I have to do to stay focused to get to where I want to be is worth it because I see it plain as day. I see it plain as day. It's already a reality for me. I just got to get on that bus to get there. And when I say get on that bus, that means I got to do the work. It's sometimes I got to make the sacrifices. I can't be on every scene. Can't talk to everybody all the time. That's not talking about nothing. And we have to make sure that we put ourselves in alignment with people who pour into us and enhance our experience on this journey and not pull and bog us down with negativity and complaining and gossip because you spent 30, 45 minutes letting this person or people or situations dump negativity on you. Now you're weighed down and now you're left with the responsibility to shake that off of you. Now they feel better because they were able to dump. They were able to transfer that energy to you. And now they feel better. And they probably going to call somebody else to go have a good time because now they, ooh, I feel better. Let me go call so and so we can go out and have some drinks or whatever. But they dumped the mess on you. And now you got to shake that off. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot, yes, Jenny, honey, I'm telling you, people will transfer their bad vibes and their garbage on you so they can feel better. Whether they acknowledge that they know they're doing it or not, it's up to us to realize that we are not the hub. We are not the hub for that. And I know it's a hard conversation to have with people, but it's worthwhile to have it, to muster up everything you have to say. I'm sorry you're facing that, but right now I'm in a certain place where I'm trying to keep my energy level elevated. I just can't participate in that conversation with you right now. But I hope things get better for you. You take care. Because what I'm not going to do is tell you I'm gonna call you back because I don't want to call you back and then you drag me right back over there. No. You have every right to protect your space. You have every right to set those boundaries without apology. Without apology. We don't owe explanations for living and walking in our power and our purpose. Your power and your purpose is there. We just have to do the standard care, just like with plants. I'm a plant mom. I have graduated to 27 plants. I love every last one of them, and it takes work, but I love them because they give me so much life and it's I look at life, the more I nurture these plants and I see how they respond to me and what I put into them, it reminds me of how to get through my day. I have to give them light. I have to give them love. I have to give them water. I have to fertilize them. I have to nurture these plants, just like we have to do our dreams. We have to feed and nurture our dreams, whether it comes with the work amount of work we put into it, putting ourselves in conversations and in rooms with people who have already gone to places that we're trying to go. We cannot feed our dreams stagnant water. You don't feed plants stagnant, dirty water. We want to give them fresh water. I give my plants so bougie, honey, they get bottled water, baby. We do not do faucet water. And I might be able to catch some rain in my receptacles outside, but I give them bottled water because I want them to thrive. I want to be able to nurture that. The soil they're in is important. What soil do you have your dreams planted in? What soil do you have your dreams, is the seed? What kind of soil do you have your seeds in? And do you know and recognize when it's time to separate that plant and move it from the existing pot to a new pot because it's growing? That's a season of separation. When you are growing, you need to thank you for the miracle grow, Jenny. Jen, that miracle grow is something else, girl. I use that. But you have to understand when it's time to separate and to move on to bigger things, much like plants. When it's time for that plant to move, the roots will buckle up and they'll start coming up out the soil. I've had a plant bust through the bottom of the dang on pot. The roots were so strong. It's like, if you don't get me out this pot. And that happens to us with life. We cannot condense ourselves and stay in that pot that no longer suits us, we need to separate. We need to move on. And we have these revelations and moments of transition. It doesn't always have to be painful. When we say goodbye to things and we get separated from things, it doesn't always have to be painful. Endings are not all bad. Endings means growth. Move and accept the growth. Be proud of yourself that you are at a point where you recognize, oh, okay, it's time for me to go. And you go. Oh, it's time for me to grow. And you grow. Oh, it's time for me to glow. And you start growing up and glowing up and you start getting closer to your dreams. Whether you get a mentor, whether you just surround yourself with positive people who feed you good light, send you love, light, and happiness, just to inspire you to keep going. And that's why even with my overly sisters that are on here and that I've come to know during my venture with Overly is I just call them my boss besties, because you have to surround yourself with people who understand the journey that you're on. No, you don't have to forget or turn your back on people that are in your life and they're just not on that journey with you. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is iron sharpens iron. I can't sit and have a conversation about strategizing for my business and getting excited about new products with someone who doesn't understand that part of my journey. So you have to surround yourself by people who understand the journey and the time that comes. You have to separate yourself in certain compartments when it comes to your surroundings. Some people in your life, most of all, our family are there and to love on us or to support us, or at least appear that they're there to support us. But most of all, perfect strangers will become your best allies. I have met women that I never knew that have impacted my life, and I've grown immensely because of them. I have people in my life that have been in my life for a lifetime that are still with me because they are valuable to me. Tasha is one of them. I have known Tasha for a very long time, since I was 17 years old. Okay. And a lot of people are not able to say that they have relationships like that, because you meet people and people come into your lives that are enhancers and they help you grow. They are your fertilizer, where they don't take your mess and they tell you when it's time for you to get off the pot, when it's time for you to start realizing that we're in control of our decisions. And when I tell my children when they were, coming up, is that a decision will change your life. In the blink of an eye, one decision can change your life. It can enhance you or it can set you backwards. You choose. We get to choose. But when we choose a goodbye, we choose to embrace the separation. It does not have to hurt. It does not have to be painful. We just need to recognize the season that we're getting ready to move into, and move into that season without apologizing. Be happy and glad. Receive that blessing of goodbye. Embrace the exit. Hello tomorrow. Goodbye yesterday. Where are we going? We don't know what's coming, but we know it's better. Better is on the way. Movement is growth. Seasons of separation mean that you are growing into your destiny and you are going to be closer to accomplishing your dreams, meeting and exceeding any goals that you have set for yourself. But make sure while you're doing it and you separate from certain things in these seasons, that you make sure you hold on to the energy and the spirit inside of you that's talking to you every day. The you that nobody knows about, that you hear in your head every day when it's time to make choices, when it's time to separate, when it's time to read, when you had that, you better double think that. You better think twice about that. That you that talks to you all the time, that first and last you, you're it. It's only one you. Do everything that you can to grow, build yourself up, and understand how powerful you are, because mindset is the tool that is going to drive you forward. And when you start making these decisions and having these conversations that we once thought was difficult to have, and you feel the energy shift after you have that conversation, you like, damn, I should have been did that. I should have said that a long time ago. Exactly, Tasha. Some people are never going to be happy. Some people are just negative because the lens that they are looking through is because of the experiences they have had in life. We can't see that for them, and they can't see our vision and our future for us. And we have to understand that that's just who they are. And when you give people grace to be where they are, give them the grace to be where they are. But you ain't got to stay there with them. You understand? Okay, I see where I'm at. I need to take this exit up here. I need to get up off this thing, okay? Like I used to do, and we was in Jersey City. I came up Jersey City, New Jersey, born and raised. Ooh, ooh, that's my thing. We will be on the bus, and when it's time to get off the bus, you would either press the button or pull the string to let the bus driver know you getting off on the next stop. So if you on that bus and it's a lot of negativity and it's just a lot of somber, just unapologetic bad energy, you better start pushing that button so that bus driver listen. And hell, don't wait for the bus. If you got to jump and roll, damn it, jump and roll. Say, my grandma used to tell me self-preservation is rule number one. Save yourself. She would tell me that all the time. I would get food up with my cousin Kim over there in Tampa. We would come and visit for the summer from Jersey. And we'd be out playing and going and gallivanting all over the place. Oh Lord, now oh, was it 15, Tasha? But let me tell you, my grandmother would tell me, don't get fooled up with Kim. Save your own self. Self-preservation is rule number one. When you see that her doing stuff and you know it's not right, you leave and you come back here and you come get me. And I learned to save myself. I sure did. I learned to save my own tail because I was not gonna keep getting them whoopings, and I wasn't even hardly doing that much, bad stuff. Okay. But anyway, I just said that. I just said that to be funny, but in all seriousness, you know, let's just make sure we take time to understand that we notice when the seasons are changing, when the leaves are changing, when you feel the climate changing, when that atmosphere starts changing and you feel that shift coming, you'll have a revelation. The revelation will be present. The shift is coming. Trust your energy. Trust it, please. It will bless you. So, oh my God, Lord, how are you? So good to see you. Thank you for coming on here, beautiful. But I want to tell you, let the new season bless you. Let the separation bless you, whether it's you giving or receiving the goodbye. Let it bless you because either way, you are growing and going into some newness. You are moving into a direction that's simply made for you. And a lot of times people don't realize, and we don't realize it either, that sometimes people are not meant, their journey is not meant to experience the blessings that are coming for you. A lot of things you're getting ready to experience in your life is not meant for other people to experience because it's not a part of their journey. You've been a blessing to a lot of people. You don't even know it. You don't even realize it. And a lot of times people won't tell you that. But you have blessed so many people. Now that you're being catapulted and moved, you getting ready to be increased. That increase is for you, it's not for them. So let God move these people. Stop mourning the movement. You have outgrown it. It is time for you to go. Open up with both hands. Don't have one hand behind your back because you're not going to be able to receive that thing that got your name on it. You need both hands to maneuver and bless the exit. Exit without apology. Master the goodbye. Understand where you're going and walk into your future so you can understand what the past meant to you. Do it unapologetically. Understand and know that there is a power moving and guiding you, and all you have to do is acknowledge it. You are full of energy, and what you manifest and what you think about will become you. It will come to you. So focus on your vision of success, focus on your vision of your new home. Work and function in expectancy. Expect it. Don't ask for stuff. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Somebody told me about how they entered in a contest, but they didn't really, think they was gonna win. We got to stop doing that. because we'll go through the motions because that's what we're used to, but we don't really expect anything. You better move with expectancy, because when you get blessed with it, you better be ready to move and run and take it and run with it. So function with expectancy, appreciate and embrace the seasons of separation when the leaves stop blowing, when they're no longer turning brown and yellow and gold. And I know that doesn't happen here in Florida, but I was blessed to see the seasons change in my childhood in New Jersey. And it's a beautiful thing to feel the atmosphere changing, and you already know spring is coming, summer is coming, fall is coming. Embrace it. Just take the time to get quiet with yourself, understand when the seasons are changing, and get ready. Get ready. You don't need a whole backpack full of stuff. All you need to do is have this, your mindset. Train your mind to be ready to move. When he move, you move just like that. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And when it's time to go, embrace the exit. Bless the goodbye, whether you're receiving or giving it. But in a season of separation, it does not have to be painful. Grow and glow into your newness and into your destiny because it's yours. You just got to make the decision whether you deserve to have it and you're willing to go get it. And you deserve it. You deserve everything that you pray for. You deserve everything that you see for yourself. You deserve everything that you see your family having. You deserve to have that and to make that happen. It's people on here that can definitely attest to this and say they've done it and they're still growing, because you're never going to stop moving. You're never going to stop growing. You're never going to stop being catapulted to the next level, that next thing. So when I tell you, y'all bless me coming on here tonight, I love you. It has been a great conversation. I have loved you all engaging here. I wish I could have been typing back and forth, but I've been trying to watch the comments and respond to you all. Let me tell you something. This has been a wonderful season of revelation. Things are constantly moving and changing, and it's better when we embrace and we recognize it and we grow and we glow from it. So I want to tell you that next week's episode is going to bless you as well. I am going to be interviewing Shamitra McGregor. Her book is over there. She is one of my Oberly sisters, and she is going to talk about her journey to accepting herself, self-love, and dealing with losing her mom. It's so much in her book that she and I are going to connect on. It will not be live. It will be a recorded publicated video, but I'm going to record with her on Friday, and I will have the video here on for you by 7 o'clock next Wednesday for your midweek retreat with Gavin with Gail. We are going to be talking to Shamitra McGregor about her Chronicles of a Mended Heart. So make sure you come back to see us next week. Thank y'all for blessing me. I love y'all so much. You made my heart full tonight. So you know what I tell y'all to do. Don't just chase your dreams. You got to get out there, chase, and not just chase them, but you got to catch them dreams. Shake it down and step in it and walk in it. Receive and bless and be blessed by your seasons of separation, because that SOS is going to move you into the next part of your journey and your destiny. I told y'all I wasn't going to keep y'all long, and it's less than an hour. Oh, let's hurry up, y'all. It's 48 minutes. So I didn't mean to be this long, but I loved y'all and I really felt y'all energy tonight. So thank you so much. Come back next week. If you have not already, come on and like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to this thing, honey, so we can get on this train every week and engage and just coach ourselves through life together. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for coming on. I'll see y'all next week. Y'all know where to find me over there on IG, Gail Benson _Oberly on Instagram. I love y'all. Have a good night.